Hey guys, this is the character overview for Alice. For this overview, I will expect you to already know and understand the rules for Funkoverse, as this will be a high-level evaluation of Alice as a character. This is the character card for Alice. She is in the Alice in Wonderland 100 pack. She is a yellow-blue character with 2 defense, and she comes with a White Rabbit minion token. Her trait is Follow the White Rabbit. When Alice becomes exhausted, you may place the White Rabbit minion token in a square Alice can see. Then Alice may do a move 1 towards the White Rabbit. So while the rabbit does not have any actions it can perform, it does a great job of disrupting the opponent and allowing Alice to move further in one turn than most other characters in the game. So then her first ability is Curiouser and Curiouser. This ability is a 1-cost yellow ability that says choose a token within 3 squares that Alice can see and place her adjacent to it. This ability pairs well with her trait when lined up correctly, and she can move up to 4 squares away with proper placement of the White Rabbit minion token. Um, so then her second ability is Grow Larger. This ability is a 3-cost yellow challenge ability that says do a challenge 2 to each adjacent rival, push each adjacent rival and token 1 square. This ability is great at either defending the flag in flag scenario or even siege and territory. While it is only a challenge 2 for adjacent rivals, the fact that Alice gets to push those rivals gives you a lot more control and disruption to your opponent and the characters and tokens that are around her. So her third and last ability is Grow Smaller. This ability is a 2-cost blue ability that says Move 2. This may move Alice through rivals and obstructions. This ability is probably her best. Uh, Moving through obstructions allows Alice to take shortcuts to get to objectives much quicker than the average character. We will discuss a little later how this ability can be made even better as well. So we'll move on to some of the best pairings for Alice. You have Black Widow, Batgirl, Ron Weasley, and Dr. Finkelstein. Those are some of the best characters to pair with Alice. And probably the best attachment to pair with Alice is the Hoverboard. These characters and attachments are all great together as well. And if you make a team of 3 characters, you can really pair any of these 3 together, and it will still be a very good team. So teams such as Black Widow, Dr. Finkelstein, and Alice is still a great team. Just pair Alice with any of these 2. We'll go into detail as to why these characters are good. So the first character is Black Widow. She is a gray-blue character with 2 defense. One of the main reasons she pairs so well with Alice is because of how well Covert Ops and Follow the White Rabbit trait work together. When Alice uses Follow the White Rabbit, she can place the White Rabbit minion token anywhere she can see. Because of this, and the White Rabbit being a minion, meaning it is also an ally, Black Widow can use Covert Ops to swap positions with it. This basically allows Black Widow to teleport anywhere on the map, and it's very good on scenarios like flags and red light, green light. She can also use this to stand up both her and Alice, so in cases where they're both knocked down, it is great there too. The only difference is if you're going to pair these 2 characters together, you probably want to have a second gray ability token. So using like Fog Juice so you can use Covert Ops more often would be pretty key to making these 2 work great together. The next character is Batgirl. Batgirl is a blue-gray character with 2 defense. Batgirl is great with Alice because she's one of the few characters that can actually keep up with Alice movement-wise. Not only does Batgirl have the movement to keep up with her, she also has the higher dice challenges using abilities like Flying Tackle that picks up where Alice's lack of large challenges is. Batgirl can also use Gather Intel to let Alice use Grow Smaller for only a 1-cost blue, and this keeps your token economy in a good state. You can also give either of these characters the hoverboard, and you will be just fine and win a lot of games that way as well. Third character is Ron Weasley, who is a blue-yellow character with 2 defense. Ron is the first character of these, and the only character in this list that is actually a matching ability token character with Alice. This is great because it allows them to use more expensive abilities uh, using the other character's token pool. One of the main reasons that Ron and Alice are good together is because of Renervate and Alice's White Rabbit minion. Similar to the benefit with Black Widow, because the White Rabbit is a minion, uh, Renervate will apply to the rabbit, which allows the rabbit to perform basic actions that it could not normally perform. This is great for interacting with point markers, doing some basic challenges with the rabbit without having to risk having a character near other characters. So, yeah, it's just great. And on top of this pairing, Ron Weasley himself is really good at having those high challenges with Stupefy. It's a long range, high challenge ability. While you can only use it against standing characters, it is still great at disrupting your rival. And he can also use Reducto to remove tokens himself. So if he comes up against a rival Alice, he can remove the rabbit with a 1-cost blue. Very powerful character. The last character we're going to go over is Dr. Finkelstein. He is a gray-yellow character with 2 defense that comes with an Igor minion token. Dr. Finkelstein is a low-cost character, and he takes advantage of having multiple minion tokens on the board. His ability, It's Alive, works well because he can use either the White Rabbit or the Igor minion tokens for it. This is, once again, giving team a high challenge ability, so you can really not have to rely on luck as much as you're rolling 3 dice. It's also great for control and territory, where everybody's going to be close together, or on control you can use the control markers with It's Alive. So there's a lot of versatility with this ability. Another great ability on Finkelstein is Brain Scratch, which can allow you to bring back your tokens faster, and it can even bring back a knockdown character or knocked out character at that. Having characters on the cooldown track sucks. Being able to pull them back with that ability is great because you get them right back in the action. Lastly, we will look at the hoverboard. Hoverboard is an item that says when doing an action that includes a move, you may move 1 extra square. If you do, place the hoverboard on the 1 of the cooldown track. Basically, this just means every round you are getting to do an extra move. The hoverboard just pairs great with Alice's grow smaller ability. Having the extra movement expands on what you can do with grow smaller and allows Alice access to even more areas of the map than before. Even if you don't use it with grow smaller, you can still use it on her basic moves or with her trait. This means that the minimum Alice can move is 6 squares each turn, which is just crazy to think about. And that's massive for getting all the way across the map in a scenario like flags. And it's even great for getting into a territory early or starting off early on control. It's just a great attachment for Alice if you're going to use it. So to end the video, we are going to do a quick little overview of some of the scenario stats for Alice. This data has been collected by members of the Funkoverse community, including myself. And this chart here is compiled from 120 games with Alice over all the different scenarios. As you can see, she's very popular in some scenarios. So the blue areas are the wins for Alice. Red areas are losses for the respective scenarios. The scenarios she performs best at are control and flags. That is not a surprise with her insane movement. The reason for this is, because she can get to the first control marker on control, and she can fly across the map in 2 rounds and get to the flag. very often. So I will say she does not make a great leader's character because of her lack of high challenges. This also affects her in territory where she has trouble sometimes knocking characters out and just finishing the job. But she can still at least push characters out in territory. So I think those stats are a little skewed, but she's probably closer to a 40% win rate character on territory. So she's not terrible, but he's definitely better at some of the other scenarios. And we don't really have enough data on scenarios like basketball, runners, or scrimmage, even to know if she's really good at those yet. But my guess would be that she is really good at scrimmage. Similar to flag, she has to go across the map. With all of that said, I think Alice is a solid S tier character that can have some really good teams built around her, and she is always competitive in her games. It's very rarely that you will just get blown out using her. Uh, so I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video. I hope to have more videos like this in the future, and if you'd like to see some gameplay of Funkoverse, be sure to check me out on Twitch from the link in the description. And if you're interested in joining the Funkoverse Discord, that link will also be in the description. So I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.